Hey girl, Marissa here. You are listening to the Codependummy podcast. As a young woman, you have been raised, reinforced, and rewarded for putting the needs of others above your own. That is, for being codependent. Now in your 20s, you're exhausted, exasperated, and enveloped in crap relationships, especially the one you have with yourself. This podcast is to help you undo all that so you can stop playing small and start taking up space, you dummy. Let's get to it. Hey girl, welcome to the Codependummy podcast, a podcast all about empowering you to stop playing small and start taking up some goddamn space, you dummy. As young women, we have been raised, reinforced, and rewarded for putting the needs of others above our own, and have found ourselves exhausted, exasperated, and enveloped in dissatisfying relationships with others and ultimately ourselves. I'm going to help you put an end to your codependent ways so you can stop feeling like such a codependummy and shine like a codependiamond. So today, I'm going to talk about the who, what, when, where, why, and how of this podcast, right? So who am I? I am Marissa Selena Escobar. I'm a psychotherapist, entrepreneur, and twin. So I have about 9 more months of social intelligence than the average human. I'm a loving sister, daughter, stepdog mama, and wife. Also niece, cousin, second cousin, sister-in-law, daughter-in-law. And I'm recording this podcast from my home just outside of Los Angeles. I'm also a former codependent, and I hit bottom multiple times throughout my 20s, just trying to please everyone from my boyfriend, parents, trainers, to the barista. And I ended up feeling really drained, disillusioned, and depressed thanks to this way of interacting with the world. I experienced a lot of pain, suffering, and agony thanks to my codependency, and I'm hopeful I can help spare you and other young women in their 20s and 30s from having to go through the same heartache that I went through, because it's just not necessary. You can just bypass a lot of it. My life's mission is to empower young women to stop playing small and start taking up space. And I'm grateful I get to work towards that one podcast episode at a time. Also, I'm not like a regular podcaster. I'm a cool podcaster. So if you know where that's from, let me know. I would love it if you knew where that was from. All right, so that's who, what. What is this? This is the Codependummy podcast. As a former codependent, I was all about self-deprecation, so I figured I would speak to that aspect in the title. As a psychotherapist, my practice is filled with young women in their 20s and 30s who often say, ugh, I'm such an idiot, I'm such a bozo, I'm such a dummy, I'm so stupid. And I could have put like the codependent podcast, codependent hour, but I don't know, like codependummy. It's just so much more accurate to how I felt in the depths of my codependency. And I hope it resonates with you, right? I'm sure you are self-deprecating, self-annihilating, self-criticizing yourself all the time. So that's who, what, when. I'm going to be putting out new episodes every Monday morning to help you navigate through your week. Where? iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts, I will be up there. Why? I already hinted at why, but why? Why am I doing this? Why are you listening? Why this podcast? I provide individual and group therapy in California. I'm licensed in California. And in addition to creating growth, transformation, and healing in my therapy patients, I know there are 20-somethings, right, 30-somethings all over who are struggling with codependency. And this is one way to expand my service from that one-to-one to one-to-many. right? And I was set up to be codependent as a young woman. You too likely have been set up and you don't know like how to deal with it now. It's agonizing and it's going to cause you a lot of suffering throughout your entire lifetime if we don't address it now. I was beat down and burnt out and tapped out like at 22, 25, 28 years old. So I hope to alleviate your suffering as a consequence and help you unlearn your codependent ways so you can start playing big and take up all the space you need. We're just going to take up, look at all this space. Obviously, I have two screens because I'm staring over here. Oh yeah, and this is also video, audible podcast. I like watching podcasters. I was like, yeah, no, I got to record it. All right, so who, what, when, where, why, and how this podcast works, how I will be doing it. I will be having solo casts. I will also be having guests on, fellow therapists and professionals who know about, work with, and have treated codependency. Also, badass women who have stopped playing small and started taking up their goddamn space. So solo casts, guest slots, and I'll be providing courses, all to help you in your journey to become and shine like a codependiamond, right? Because like codependency, I'm going to get into the definition in the first official episode. This is the welcome parade episode. But for the first episode, I'll get into the definition, and it's really about, it's in relation to others, and it's a healthy relation to others. And we are human. We are social beings. So we're never going to not have relationships with other people. So the goal is not to go from, being a card-carrying member of the Codependummy club to just being this like super independent, I don't need nobody person. No, we want to find some balance in between. And I sense that's really what being a codependiamond is all about. Like this healthy reliance, healthy trust, right, between your relationship with yourself and your relationship with others, right? That middle ground. So that's what we're working towards. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. That's it. This is the first episode. So thank you for listening. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the podcast. Leave a review. I know it's only one episode, but what do you think so far? You can sign up for my free course, Codependummy 101, by visiting Codependummy, CODEPEN, dummy.com. You can join the Facebook group, the Codependummy podcast, where I'll be announcing upcoming episodes. You can interact with the Codependummy community and also get to interact more with me. And I will see you soon. Marissa Escobar, not like a regular podcaster. I'm a cool podcaster. Take care. Hey sis, it's Marissa again. I'm not like a regular podcaster. I'm a cool podcaster, right? Thank you for listening and staying till the end. And know this, if you are feeling unseen, I see you. If you are feeling unheard, I hear you. And if you feel like you don't matter, know that you matter to me. Until next time, be sure to check out codependummy.com for more info about today's episode, my free course, and other resources. Take care. You're still here? Just kidding. Girl, this is not therapy, and I'm not your therapist, okay? This podcast is designed to provide accurate and authoritative information in regards to the subject matter covered. It is given with the understanding that neither the host, the publisher, or the guests are rendering any legal, clinical, or other professional information. If you want or need a professional, you should find one.